What's up, everybody? Below Average Hiker here. And yes, finally, we are back on the trail. We are out here in the Mark Twain National Forest. I've just begun the Big Piney Trail, which is located in the Paddy Creek Wilderness. I think in the last video I called it the Big Piney Wilderness. No, it's the Big Piney Trail, Paddy Creek Wilderness. So, super excited. We're doing an overnighter, total of about a 17-mile trail. We're gonna do 8 miles this afternoon, set up camp, enjoy this beautiful weather, and what is sure to be a beautiful evening. 9 miles tomorrow. I've never been on this trail before. I've heard amazing things about it, and I'm really excited to bring you all along as I get to experience it for the first time. Got my full loadout with me. Hopefully you checked out the gear video so you know what all I've got in here. On this trip, we'll go over the specifics of that and talk about each item individually in a little more detail, and also hopefully show you some amazing things along the way. Thanks for joining. And in typical Missouri fashion, we had to wait for forever for spring to get here. And then it was here for a solid, 4 days, all of which it rained. And now it's 80 degrees and sunny. So that's neat, but I don't even care. I'd rather be a little sweaty and out in the woods anytime. So, but yeah, it's 80 degrees today. And pretty toasty. So this trail is rated as moderate, so we all know that for me that means pretty stinking hard. So I'm excited for the challenge. It's been a little while since I've been able to crank out some miles. I try to walk every day, but as far as hiking goes, with everything that's been going on, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of that. So excited to be here today. Doesn't help that I started this hike at 2 in the afternoon, which is the hottest part of the day, but that's okay. I'll live. I got plenty of water. There are plenty of water sources around that I can filter, so a little sweat never hurt nobody, right? Now, I don't know about you, but anytime I think of the words national forest, this is exactly what I picture. These tall, skinny pines that are just super tall. And that may not be a big deal to some of you who get to come to places like this all the time, but for me, up until this point in my life, I haven't really sought these kind of places out. So it's actually just really, really cool for me to see. It's just trees, I know, but this is stereotypical national forest, in my opinion. So it's good to see that that's a reality and it's not just something you see on postcards. So I just stumbled across this neat little waterfall just right off the trail. That's pretty cool. So I briefly lost the trail back there for a second, but thanks to the hiking project app, I was able to quickly find it again. Now I'm back on my merry way. Only a minimal amount of bushwhacking was done, and I managed to survive despite my best efforts. So onward we go. Is this water sanitary? It looks questionable to me. Bonus points if you can figure out what movie that's from. Yeah. A black. Oh hey, I didn't notice you there. Just stopping for a little snack. We're about halfway through first day, 4 miles in. It's been a beautiful hike so far. It's a little warm, but I'm not going to complain. Found a nice shady spot to kick back for a few minutes, have a mush bar, drink some water, and knock out the second half of this day. It's about 4 o'clock, a little before. Plenty of time to knock out the next 4 miles and find a good camping spot. So, cheers. Go away. Trying to relax. I've made a friend. Well, the flies are out. At least one real big fat one. Go away. So that was a great little 10-minute siesta. We're about halfway through, like I said, and I'm feeling excellent. No soreness, no hot. I'm drinking a little more water than I thought I would, so the next water crossing I'm gonna go ahead and filter. I'm gonna chug what I have and then refill my bottle. But no, I'm feeling great and ready to knock out these next 4 miles and set up camp. Taking breaks is something that I really need to get better at. I typically try to just power through everything, but that's usually because I'm in a hurry to get done within a time frame. And today, I don't have any sort of deadline. I mean, basically, I need to have camp set up by dark, but I've got another 4 hours of good daylight left, and only about 2.5 hours worth of hiking left. So I need to make sure that I'm listening to my body and taking breaks whenever I need to. That was one of the mistakes that I made the first time I tried the Buffalo River Trail. Was I powered through that first 12 mile day and didn't take any breaks because it was raining and it was gross and I just didn't want to stop. I powered through it and I ended up paying the price for that because I was exhausted and worn out and coming down a big hill and rolled my ankle, which is why I had to tap out in the first place. So if you're just getting into hiking and it's something that you want to do for a good long time to come, listen to your body, take breaks when you need to. It's awesome that these through hikers can knock out 20-25 mile days. Kudos to them, but I promise you they take breaks too. Maybe not as often as you or I would, but they do listen to their bodies and make sure that they're not pushing themselves too far. And when they do, they pay the consequences just like anybody else does. So keep that in mind as you're going forward. You shall not pass. So, haven't filmed in a little bit. There were some pretty vicious uphills back there. They got me breathing pretty heavy, but that's good. It means I'm earning my dinner tonight. My tasty freeze-dried dinner. It's gonna be so good. We got about a mile and a half left to the area that I'm looking to make camp. So, knock that out real quick, and then get set up and do some more chatting. That was rough. That one hurt. The plan was to hike to the easternmost bend of the Big Piney Trail and then cut across the field and camp next to the Big Piney River. Well, the one thing the map doesn't show are fence lines. And right now, purely by accident, I'm pretty sure that I'm on private property. There were no signs, there were no gates. It just looks strangely so. So, I'm backtracking. And boy, do I have to backtrack. I don't want to dry camp tonight because I've only got 1 liter of water. I was planning on having quite a bit more so I could replenish what I've lost today and cook and have enough left over in the morning to head out. So, this being the case, I'm backtracking. It's going to be about another, I don't know, mile and a half back to where I know I can camp and there's water nearby. So, that's a unfortunate circumstance, but all in all, in comparison to the rest of the day, it's not too terribly bad. I got maybe an hour and a half left of good sunlight. It's getting low, but still isn't close to the tops of the trees yet. We'll figure it out. Not a big deal. I'm just trying to get off this private property as quickly as possible because I don't think I'm supposed to be here. And I don't want to trespass or anything. Not intentionally anyway. So, heading back to where I know the trail is, and we're gonna backtrack back to Paddy Creek. So, okay, so small change of plans. I have discovered the Paddy Creek campground, and it's not exactly roughing it. Everything's paved. There are picnic tables, but honestly, don't even care at this point. Just gonna get as far away from everybody as I can, set up camp, and relax. Well, here it is. Home sweet home. It's not much, but it's mine. And the ambient noise of the generator makes it all worthwhile, I guess. But I'm super excited that now I get to relax, drink some water, eat some dinner, and then go to bed. I'm gonna take some ibuprofen before all of that. I'm worn out, but all in all, it was a good day. This isn't a bad place to camp. It's not extremely busy. There's just a lot of people who think that they need generators in order to survive in the wilderness, but you know, to each their own. No judgment here. Sure would be a lot nicer if it was just slightly quieter. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Now that camp is established, I'm gonna go on a little adventure to get some water. I don't feel very good, and I think that's because I pushed myself a little farther than I was anticipating. It's fine. I'm just worn out. I don't know that I'm going to last much past sundown, but that's okay. Get a good night's rest. Get up early and head out tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. We'll figure it out as we go along. We always do. So on tonight's menu, creamy beef and noodles with mushrooms. I don't know why they don't just call it stroganoff. It's stroganoff. You look at the ingredients. It's got sour cream and all that stuff. It's stroganoff. Why aren't you calling it beef stroganoff? You're calling it creamy beef with noodles and mushrooms. I'm tired. I'm really tired if I'm getting agitated over something like this. I'm hungry. I'm hangry. That's what it is. I'm hangry. I don't really feel like eating though, but I know I need to, because my body is screaming for calories at this point in time. So, yeah. I am going to go against all of the old adages and have my dessert first, though, while I'm waiting for my water to boil. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me. See that? It's that simple. Dessert first. Breaking all the social norms. Can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. Just like that, in 12 minutes, we're having stroganoff. Looking forward to that. I've had a few of these freeze-dried meals before. They're pretty good. Don't taste terrible. I've got some salt and pepper packets too that I can add if I need to. Looking forward to it. I think I'm gonna eat and then get my sleep system ready for whenever I decide I want to crash. A little darker now. Thankfully, this camera has a good ISO adjustment, so it follows along with the brightness outside. So yeah, all in all, pretty good day. Had its ups and its downs, positives and its negatives, but overall, I'm really, really glad I'm out here. I feel a lot better now than I did whenever I first got to this campsite, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little miserable when I strolled in. My shoulders hurt, my back hurt, but now that I've sat down and I've drank some water and had a few calories, looking forward to eating this creamy beef and noodles, aka stroganoff, letting the hum of the neighbor's generator lull me to sleep. That killed about 2 minutes, so only 10 minutes to go until dinner's ready. Oh, and somebody's starting a go-kart. That's pretty cool. That's exciting. Glad for that, because 8 o'clock at night is the perfect time to go go-karting. Yeah, remind me on my next trip to scout this out a little bit better. Yep, there he went. It's go-kart riding time. So let's talk about the old pack here. Trusty Magellan. My shoulders are killing me, and if anything was gonna really solidify the fact that I'm going to buy a new pack in the very, very near future, it's been today, carrying it at full weight several miles. I'm not going to tell you which pack I'm going to get yet. I want to have it before I show it off to you, but I will tell you that it has much thicker shoulder straps and a much better waist belt, and when I tried it on at the store the other day, it fit like a dream and was super, super comfortable. Now that's without weight in it. Obviously that will change, but contact points and the places that will have to support pressure and weight, we're right in the perfect spot. So I'm really excited to get a hold of that and use it for my next overnighter, which will be in a couple weeks. So okay, 7 minutes left. We're getting there. I'm so hungry. I've opted to have my dinner at this fancy picnic table like a true gentleman by the candlelight. We got 1 minute left. I'm so excited. But on the menu tonight, once again, we have creamy beef and noodles with mushrooms, also known as stroganoff, and a little bit of lemonade electrolyte drink mix. Some various accoutrements, salt, pepper, or soy sauce in there too for some reason. I don't know. If I want to get real fancy, get ready to dig in. Okay, so it looks a lot better after you stir it. Doesn't smell terrible. So let's do a real quick IRL review of the Alpine Air creamy beef and noodles as soon as Captain Go-Kart drives by again and you can hear me. Smelly smell. Doesn't smell terrible. Doesn't smell exceptional. A little soupy. Not too bad. Not too hot. So it's not gag-inducing. That's good. Definitely needs salt and pepper. Desperately. I'm gonna go 2 of each. I know what you're saying. Jesse, there's already enough sodium in these things to kill a yak. Well, you know what? My sodium tolerance is that of 2 yaks. So bring on the salt, baby. That was a little much. That was a little bit much, but that's okay. Can you even see what I'm doing? You barely. This lantern's not helping out a whole lot. Let's move it over here and see if that helps. Yeah, maybe a little. Pepper. I don't even know if that's how you say pepper in any language, but works for me. I may have just offended an entire country. Who knows? I've been known to do such things as give it a stir. Yeah. Hope that helped. Definitely better. Definitely better. I'm gonna scarf this down. My bedroll ready. We'll see what happens. I may pass out at that point. What do you need a generator for in the middle of the woods? I mean, I get it if it was... It's not hot. It's like 65 degrees outside right now. You don't need an air conditioner. Are you watching TV? Go home. I don't get it. Somebody please explain to me what I'm missing. I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but why do you run a generator when you go camping? Isn't the point of camping kind of to get away from things that require electricity? I don't know. So the Alpine Air creamy beef noodles stroganoff thing, like, it got to the point where I was literally just like soupy and gross, and mushrooms were chewy. So I ate about half of it, which is one full serving, but luckily I brought a lot of snacks. So I'm not going to go, I mean, I'm not that hungry now. I was pretty filling, going positive. I'm not going to go hungry. I'll be fine. But yeah, this little guy is, on a scale of 10, I'd give it a 4. I've had much better freeze-dried meals than this, and now I know. Alright, well, welcome to my quarters for the evening. It's about 9 o'clock, and that's all she wrote for a below average here. I'm exhausted. I am barely able to keep my eyes open at this point. Just trying to read a little bit, and that wasn't happening, so I figured I should sign off for this half of the video. I'm gonna try to wake up early, make some breakfast, and get on the trail while it's still cooler out. So thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate you.
Good morning. It's a bit of a rough night. There were a lot of noises. Some of them you expect, like crickets and stuff, and then there was this one creature that apparently very lonely. I didn't get a lot of sleep initially. Once things kind of quieted down and I found a way to get comfortable, I slept in a little bit. So it's almost 7. I was planning on getting up about 6. My eyes are super puffy. My throat hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna get up, make some breakfast. Chillier than I expected to, but my sleeping bag did great. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and make some breakfast and some coffee. Pack up and get on the trail. Good morning.
Cheers. That's real hot. Don't rush it. Good things are worth waiting for. Okay, so while my oatmeal is steeping, I'm gonna get a couple of things packed up because I need to get out of here as quick as possible. Having to backtrack yesterday set me back to where today I've got to put in about 10 miles in order to get to the trailhead and get out of here. And I don't have all day today. I had all day yesterday. Don't have all day today. Eat some breakfast, pack up as quick as I can, and hit the trail. Probably won't be doing a lot of filming during that time, but just imagine me setting up the tent in reverse. Okay? Alright. We're packed up and ready. Going to drop off my trash bag on the way out, and then hit the trail for a 10-mile day with a 30-pound pack. 27-ish. I just kind of smashed through that mile that I had to backtrack last night, mainly just out of anger, but also because it's super overgrown and gross and wasn't a whole lot worth showing. But that's over. We're now officially into unexperienced by me territory. 9 miles left to the end of the trail. So, fun fact, I left my trekking pole back at the campground, which is about a mile back. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to try to get to that campground if I have time once I get back to my car. If not, it's not a big deal. They weren't super expensive trekking poles. And I only usually ever use one anyway. And I've still got one left. So I may just leave that as a present for somebody else. We'll see how much time I've got left whenever all is said and done. Got the blood flowing, the heart pumping, not too shabby for early morning. Nothing like a big nasty incline to get your day started just right. This one's the roughest one so far, for sure. But from what I can tell on the Hiking Project app. It's the last big one of the trail, so I gotta get a little further on up that hill. I'm guessing eventually reaching the top of it, but that seems to be one of the, if not the highest peaks in the area, so knock it out, and it should be smooth sailing from there. Knock on wood. I'm hot. I've made it to the top, and it's pretty awesome up here. This is one of the highest peaks that I can see. There may be a couple of them that are higher, but man, it's pretty up here. Nice breeze to cool off from that massive uphill that I just did. And I'm pretty sure that my campground is just down that hill, because there were some unattended children playing with machetes and axes down there, and I heard them chopping their wood or arms and legs just a second ago. So there's that, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly downhill from here, so we're gonna get going. So the climb up here was totally worth it. It kicked my butt, but man, it rewarded me for sure. Look at all that. Not too bad. It's a nice breeze up here. Can cool off a little bit. Pretty awesome. Now I know that I said that I'd be going over all of the gear that I carry in more detail with everything that happened last night, with having to backtrack and lose a lot of time and then just being flat out worn out. I apologize. I didn't do that. I will make sure that I do that in my next overnight video, which will be coming in a couple of weeks. I know that area a lot better, and I know what time I need to leave in order to be where I need to be by the end of the day, and have a little extra time to go over the gear in detail. But if there is anything that you saw in this video that you want to know more about, drop it down in the comments below. Let me know. I do plan on doing a couple of gear review videos between now and my next overnighter. So if there's anything specific that you want to know more about, drop it down there in the comments, and I will do my best to get to it, or at least to answer any questions that you have. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like that on a trail in Missouri, a hitching area. I know it exists like on the big scenic trails, but I didn't realize that we had those around here. But I could see why people would use it. First stretch of trail is not an easy one, but it is doable. So I guess that's just for those of us who bite off a little more than we can chew, or those of me who are too dumb to quit. Well, good news, everybody. My phone just informed me that I have hit my 10,000 step goal for the day. So it's only 10 a.m. I wonder how many steps I'll have by the end of the day. I actually, while I was looking at that, I looked at how many I didn't even check yesterday. Ended up taking almost 30,000 steps yesterday. So I'm anticipating that today will be pretty close to that, if not a little more. So there's that. Okay, so I haven't filmed anything in a good long while for two reasons. One, there wasn't really anything to film. It was literally just a trail in the woods, and that was it. There was woods, there was a trail, and nothing else. Recently, I've been riding the struggle bus for a little while now. I ran out of water about 3 miles ago, and the last 3 creek beds that I've gone past have been dry. So I did not do a very good job of managing my water. So luckily, I'm about a mile and a half away from the trailhead now, but found this little Shangri-La here. Was able to pound a liter of water I'm gonna refill. Since I'm so close to the trailhead, I'm just gonna fill directly into my bottle and then just attach my Sawyer to the top of it for the remainder of the trip. But I wanted to show you this. Check this out. It's pretty cool. Need a little waterfall there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break here, let that water soak in, drink some more, have a snack, because I have been really struggling. And nobody wanted to see that, so I didn't film any of it. But I feel just seeing the water made me feel better, but then drinking some water helped my spirits and my stamina quite a bit. So I'll be able to knock out the rest of this trail. Looks like everything's uphill from here, so that's fun. But it's okay. I'm gonna rest my legs a little bit, drink some more water, probably have a snack, and then get back on the trail. I'll update you when I'm a little closer to the trailhead. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. Less than a mile to go. I want to thank you all so much for sticking with me through what I'm sure was a very long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. If you didn't like it, hit that subscribe button. I'm sure it'll get better in the future. And while you're at it, head on over to Instagram and follow me at Below Average Hiker. Speaking of Below Average Hiker, I'm Below Average Hiker, wishing you a fantastic day and happy hiking. See you next time. Now, where to find the nearest cheeseburger?